I think I'm live. It doesn't say I'm live. How do I know? I hit go live. Hey, YouTube, how are you? This is Dr. Wendy Walsh. You're in the iHeartRadio studio in Los Angeles, California. We're on a brief commercial break right now of the Dr. Wendy Walsh Show. But I wanted to make sure that I told you guys about this interesting research I've been reading about the difference between male and female sexualities. So we're going to talk about it as soon as we come back. I have to listen, of course. If you'd like to tune into the radio show, you always can. We're live on the iHeartRadio app every Sunday from 7. KFI AM 640, you've got Dr. Wendy Walsh with you. This is the Dr. Wendy Walsh Show. I would like to welcome my YouTube audience. If you have a YouTube app, open it up. You can come on in the studio with us. I like to do 1 or 2 segments on my social media when we do the show live. Look, I did a post this week that was, what they call a slideshow. They do it on Instagram, where you're giving people advice. And it was some things according to science that help people reduce the chances that they might be headed to divorce court. And one of the slides, now these are not dissertations. These are shorthand, simple little things. One of the slides said, speaking mainly to women, have sex even if you're not into it. Now, you can imagine the pushback I got on social media, as if I was suggesting that someone bend to coercive sex, or that someone, get turned on by someone begging for sex, which is never a turn on, folks. But I want to tell you this, that males and females have very different sexual psychologies. It has been studied in the lab for years. Men are more likely to have something called spontaneous desire. In other words, at least 70% of the time, the men just want to have sex. They almost don't care with who. Like, they just have an urge to have sex, okay? And then they want to go and meet that urge, then get arousal. Now, 70% of women say they almost never want spontaneous sex. They may be married, they may be engaged, they may be dating, they may have a partner. They may love that partner. They want to show that partner that they love them. But they don't walk around going, hey, I think I'm going to get some tonight. They don't. Women don't. We don't think that way, okay? And so men say there's something wrong with her. And they use this language like, she's frigid. We had on my podcast, Mating Matters, a wonderful guest before, Dr. Cindy Meston, and she runs a sexual lab in the University of Texas, Austin. And she says that women's sexuality is not spontaneous, it is responsive, meaning that we respond to some kind of stimuli that makes us go, oh, all right, we'll try it, right? So there's something that we respond to. So what happens is couples end up in couples therapy, very common, where one has what's called a high desire, the other has a low desire. Now, I'm making generalizations about genders because that's what the research says typically happens, that it's more likely that it will be the male with the high desire. But I will tell you this, I was in a marriage once where I had a higher desire and he had a lower desire. So the genders can flip. Okay, I will say that. So what does not, is that a word? What thou shalt not do. What is it that women will not respond to? What is not going to give them a kind of arousal that will trigger desire? Remember, for women, arousal's got to come first and then desire. A partner begging for sex. Nope, not a turn on for women. Nope. A partner trying to make them feel guilty or put them down. There's something wrong with you. We got to figure this out. You have a problem, or I'm a man. I have needs. You need to take care of my needs. No, none of that arouses a woman. Surprise, surprise. It doesn't work. What are some of the other things men do? They pressure, they whine, they beg. They make women feel guilty somehow.
Sometimes they get a little handsy.
Oh, they go, okay, I'm just going to get your body turned on.
Yeah.
Without your permission. And that's called coercive sex. Even if you're in a relationship, even if you're living in the same house, you can't reach out and touch somebody's private parts without permission. You can't, okay? I mean, now, let's talk about what does work for women, okay? Women sometimes get turned on by a passionate love scene in a movie. Not necessarily pornography. I've tried it both ways. If there's a story, yes, and our heart goes pitter-patter, and then there's a hot sex scene, we're more likely to feel arousal than if we're just like getting in there watching porn. We're less visually wired. Men are much more visually wired. A sexy novel. Why do you think 50 Shades of Grey went so far? All the moms in America were reading that book. In my day, it was a good Harlequin romance was enough, a sexy novel. Sometimes it's about a woman finding time to get connected with her body. You see, women are very busy people. And if you're married and you've got kids or you got grandkids and you're cleaning the house and you're cooking dinners and you're going to work to be a corporate executive and a lawyer and you're flying jets and all those things that women do, then you come home and you're supposed to suddenly be relaxed and aroused? No. Sometimes just taking a hot bath and putting on some new lingerie. Yeah, that's the whole reason the whole lingerie store chains exist is for men to go in and go, oh, please, maybe this, instead of the begging, right? I jokingly say, but it's not a lie. We get aroused by a clean house and free quality childcare. Okay? If the house is messy, how can we relax? If we're hearing them in the other room and they're whining and they need us, how can we relax? It's the simplest thing. Free quality childcare and a clean bedroom. On that note, crisp, clean sheets. Oh yes, they can trigger a whole arousal response in women. And here's the thing. Compliments, but not on our body. I mean, maybe when you're 21 and you're not sure where you are in the mating marketplace and people go, oh, you're cute, you're hot, fine, we'll take it. Once we get to a certain age, it's like, don't tell me we turn you on. That's pressure.
We've heard it enough at this age.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tell us we're smart and kind and accomplished. Thank us for things. That helps. And finally, do a date night with dancing. Hulu and I went, a bunch of months ago, it's time we go back to, what is the Herb Alpert Jazz Club up at the top of, the Canyon. There, oh my gosh, I'm going to think about it. His daughter runs it now. But it's so great because it doesn't actually have a dance floor, but everybody gets up from their cocktail tables and just starts dancing. It is a wonderful, wonderful night out. And yeah, we had some fun when we got home. Listen, speaking about sex, and I've been talking about sex the whole show this time, I do want to remind people that there are biological sex differences in our bodies, not just in our sexual psychology. And sex is often a high-risk hobby for women, much higher risk than it is for men. When we come back, I've got a gynecologist who's going to help me break it down for you. You're listening to the Dr. Wendy Walsh Show on KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Right now, let's go to the 24-hour KFI newsroom and our very own Mark Ronner. Okay, thanks, YouTube. Nice to have you here, and thank you for the comments. It's always nice to sort of, out of the corner of my eye, see the comments as we go along. But download the iHeartRadio app, Google the Dr. Wendy Walsh Show, Google search the Dr. Wendy Walsh Show, and you can listen anywhere. I'm live every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. Okay, bye.